It's been a few days since you've played in an OHL game. You don't let yourself count that stuff, do you?
No. I think it's been about 14 months now, but what are you gonna do? It's bigger than the game, right? So I'm just using this time to train and focus on my weaknesses in my game right now and try and develop them.
Did you at least have a good, thick bunch of outdoor ice in Sudbury that you could use all winter?
Yeah, the lakes were frozen for a good chunk of time, so we got to go out on the ODR a bit and kind
What's
of
the ODR? What's that?
outdoor rink. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. We in Sudbury, you get the ODR. Here, we're lucky if we can create a backyard rink that lasts more than 2 weeks.
Yeah, so it's pretty cold up here. So, yeah, we were lucky enough to play a lot on the lakes and kind of just play pickup hockey or work on your game, however you wanted to work on it there. So I was pretty fortunate that way.
What has it been like, though, going through this past year? Did you find yourself waiting and hoping a lot, or did you just kind of relax and whatever happens, happens?
Yeah, I think me along with a lot of other people were hoping. We were told multiple start dates, whether it was December, February, and then they kind of just accumulated. So yeah, we were told a couple start dates. So obviously you're training really hard. You're getting ready for what you hope is going to be the season. But I kind of just feel for guys like Moskal and Dunkley that this was kind of their last kick at the can to try and win an OHL championship with London. So I feel more for those guys than I do myself.
Hey, well, I mean, at the same time, we talk to them and they'll say they feel for you because this is technically your draft year and that sort of thing. Does that enter into your mind at all, or do you just kind of, there's not much you can do about it?
Yeah, I kind of flush that out of my head as much as I can. Obviously, you think about it here and there, what you could have done, whether it was with the 20 games or with the full season. But like I said, it's bigger than the sport, and right now we're just training. So yeah, not really thinking too much about it. But like I said, I feel more for guys that aren't in their draft year, their OA years, that the kind of their last year of junior.
We're talking with Max McCue. You still have time to fly around on OHL ice. Don't worry, that is still out there. Let's kind of look back at your rookie season. When you think back about it, what stands out to you about being a rookie with the London Knights?
Yeah, obviously you go from minor midget, you're the top guy on that team, and then you learn quick once you get to London, you're at the bottom of the totem pole. So the ice time wasn't really there. You didn't get too much playing time, but for me, it was more of a learning year. We had a really good veteran team. We had Merkley, Regula, Foodie, McMichael. The list kind of goes on. And just being able to practice with those guys every single day and learn from them how to be a pro, I think that was the main thing for me.
Having to go one-on-one in practice with a guy like Alec Regula or a guy like Ryan Merkley, who probably have really different styles of defending. What happens there? Take us through what you learn in having to get around a guy who's 6'4", 210 like Alec Regula.
Yeah, obviously he's a little more physical than Merkley, but Merckx has a really good stick, and you kind of just learn and pick up on new things that guys are really good at, and try and stay away from those, and try and pick apart their games, which is really tough. But Merckx and Regs they'd like to go at the young guys in practice, so they'd always pick on us in the corners and stuff. So we'd have some good battles and a lot of fun.
When you go looking at being able to go up against those guys and play against those guys and what you learn from those players, you'll come back in a position where you're almost one of those guys. Well, you'll have 2 years of younger guys under you. You ready to kind of take on that veteran role already? That's as quick a switch as going from the number one player on your team to being a rookie in the OHL. That switch is about to flip in a different way.
Um, yeah, it's pretty weird going to being a rookie to kind of being a veteran or middle packed guy being third year. Um, but yeah, just taking in from what they taught me and how they treated us. They treated us really good as rookies. We had a lot of fun there. Really good group of guys. So we're just gonna kind of pass that down as much as we can. I know the older guys. Well, fourth year guys now, McGurn, Evangelista, Stranges. We don't have too many of them, but we're going to try and kind of do what Foodie and Regula and those guys did to us, and kind of help them get used to the league and teach them new things.
Max McCue joining us from the London Knights. Max, growing up in Sudbury, how big was hockey in your life? How much hockey was there? How much other stuff?
Yeah, as the guys like to say on the team, it's cold pretty well every month here. So yeah, the hockey's big. Whether it's in the wintertime, you're out playing, like I said, on the lakes with your buddies, or I got into it at a young age. My dad put me into it, and just learning the game and making so many friends. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and just watching hockey too. Me and my family like to watch a lot of hockey, so yeah, family's in the bloodlines, and I love it.
So, how does the house break down in terms of who cheers for who?
My brother's a Pittsburgh fan. I'm a Leafs fan, so they just clinched the playoffs last night, which was pretty exciting. And my dad kind of wavers back and forth. He used to like Buffalo, but they kind of got into a little slump there. So he says he doesn't like Buffalo, but his team always switches.
Now, how confident are you? I mean, some people have been waiting since 1967 to see the Leafs make a real run. You know, you've been waiting since 2003. It's not as long, but how confident are you in what you see from this Leafs team this year? You've been able to watch every game. It's not like you've been playing opposite them.
Oh, yeah, I've been watching every game. I like to just kind of watch. I like to watch Marner, especially just the way he can move the puck and the way he flies around the ice and does so many great things for the Leafs. But yeah, they look like a totally different team this year. They brought in veteran guys, Simmons, Spezza, Thornton. But yeah, I like their chances this year. Hopefully they can make it past the first round. We won't be seeing Boston, so that's a good plus. So yeah, hopefully they can make a long run.
There you go. Well, Max, hopefully you get a chance to make a long run in the OHL next year. The draft lottery comes up soon, so at least the foot is stepping forward, and there's a lot of encouraging signs that'll get us out of this pandemic. So thanks for the time today. Stay safe in Sudbury, and we'll see you at Budweiser Gardens in the future.
Always a pleasure, Stubbsy. Stay safe.